my God. Well, hello everyone.
No, you can't start it off like that.
Okay.
Dude, something crazy just happened.
Oh my God, I cannot imagine. What?
Buckle up, for real.
Good Lord, here we go.
Well, what's up everybody?
Hello.
It's been for fucking ever. We were supposed to come out with this video a little bit ago, but like we were saying earlier, nothing that's really great comes easily. So
Yeah.
we're finally happy to be here. Both of us are running on little to no sleep, so this is gonna be really great.
We wanted to get this out. Like, we needed to do it for ourselves.
And it's currently 8:21 in the morning.
8:21 in the
Good
morning. It's 8:21 in the morning, and it is September 16th.
Yes.
A nice, awesome early morning Saturday.
Yeah, it's been pretty
Let's
chilly
introduce
today.
ourselves, though. Who are we?
Who are you? You go first, girl.
Who am I? I'm Rebecca, or like Rebecca Hearn's full name, what I was born with. Anyway.
Okay, keep going.
I can't do this. Okay. All right. So, who am I? I'm a junior at VCU. I dabble in creative direction, writing. Right now, I'm working with the Richmond International Film Festival. Like to travel, art, hiking, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, just good summary.
Well-rounded spirit.
Oh,
Well-rounded spirit.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. What can I say?
Who are you?
All right, well, hey guys, I'm Jazz. I'm also a junior here at Virginia Commonwealth University. I am a member of Inc. magazine. I am also the fashion editor for Black Creative magazine, which has been really cool and exciting. I am a dancer at heart. I grew up like a theater kid, so shout out to my theater community. I'm a writer. I enjoy all things artistic. I love just like art in general, and honestly, like even being able to make like art with my best friend is like always very fun. And so I'm really excited to like get into this and kind of like start kicking off, because it's been a long time coming. We really have been talking about doing this for years, and then it came to fruition around like February, and then it kind of didn't, and now we're like back into the groove of everything,
taking it seriously.
Yeah,
we're hella serious.
We're
about everything.
Hella serious. There are no jokes here. I'm not laughing.
No, not at all. But yeah, so we're best friends. If you can't tell, if anybody who knows us,
I was gonna say, I feel like most of the people watching this probably already know that we're best friends.
already know.
Like,
if they don't, hello.
Right. If you know anything about us, you know that we're best friends.
If you don't know us, that's crazy.
Right.
Like,
no, everybody should know who we are.
I didn't mean it like that. I just mean like, oh shit, like we reached like someone.
There's no way you can turn that. It's over.
No,
it's over. You already said it.
That's not what I meant. But
no, but I knew up here where you were going with that. So I get it.
Thank you.
Of course.
But anyway, so
how we met is a little.
I've known Jazz since like sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
But like no.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone like knows people like off of Instagram, but it's like I don't really know you, but I follow you, but like I'm supporting you so much through my likes and comments, but I've never met you in real life.
A day in my life.
Like, but I feel so connected to those people.
Yeah. I feel like even when I'm scrolling through Instagram and everything, like sometimes like I'll see like some of my favorite like social media people, be like, oh my God, this person posted. I have never had a conversation with them a day in my life.
Like I seriously follow you,
so cool.
but like yeah.
You know? I'm like, I love it.
But that's what it was like.
Yeah, for the very beginning.
Because she went to a high school, in Virginia Beach. And we had like a mutual connection. So I think you followed me first or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably.
But,
It was a while ago.
Followed each other for a while, and then like turned out we both were going to VCU.
And we
And
had
then
like classes together.
what did we have? We had like
NASCOM.
NASCOM 101.
And then our government class.
government.
That fucking class.
That was the
And-
U.S. government.
Yeah. And I think that was it. But we started hanging out like a lot. Just like getting to know one another at the beginning of the school year. And it's so funny because I feel like the people that you're friends with freshman year usually don't stay the people that you're friends with like throughout
Yeah.
college, but for some
People
reason
trickle
we,
out.
like
Yeah.
we just really really meshed and clicked like right away.
I will say, I feel like it was like more on your part because you kind of just were like, okay, I'm coming over. Like I remember the first time that like, because I wanted to be friends with you, duh. But I remember the first time like you came over to my place, like over to my dorm. I was like, oh my god, like this girl's just coming over my dorm. Like what? This is
going
crazy.
on?
What's going on? No, but that was so fun. I remember we took photos. Like the first time that we hung out like solely alone, didn't we like take photos on the top of a parking garage?
Oh my god, with
Parking garage
with
dinner.
Estelle.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was funny.
Oh my god. And I
We
like
also
looking
went to,
back
like,
at those
Schaefer,
pictures now. Oh, oof, yeah. To
Looking
all
back
the
at those-
freshman babies, I'm so sorry. Schaefer.
Well, looking back at those photos now is like crazy because we both have two different like haircuts.
Mhm.
Our styles are so different.
So different. It's so interesting, like
Yeah.
seeing the progression of our friendship, and then even like we became even closer. I think when we both joined our like the freshman year friend group that we had together.
Mm-hmm.
It was so funny. They were like, "Okay, let's add them both to the group chat. Should we do it? Yeah, let's do it." And that
That
was
was the
how
first
we
time-
like were like a part of.
Yeah,
it.
that was the first time I've ever been like told like you're being added
Yeah.
to the group chat, and I was like, what the
This
fuck
is
goes?
official.
No, but I was like, what am I being indoctrinated like into right now? Like, what comes with this group chat?
Oh my god.
A lot
So,
came
yeah. No, but yeah, just very, very like interesting story. And honestly, I feel like a lot of those people I'm not even really like that close to anymore at all. And like the fact that we were able to stay like very close, I think is really like
Yeah.
special. And how I knew like, okay, like this is somebody who could be like a close friend.
Yeah, we were in that friend group with our friend Becca,
Mhm.
and it kind of like became like a trio.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's like
fun.
stayed a trio, but like, you
Yeah.
know.
I feel like I enjoyed like the progression of me, you, and like Becca's friendship a lot.
Yeah.
Because Becca was the first person that I had like met when we first got on campus.
Yeah.
And like really like was like, oh my god, like she's so cool. We had been texting over Instagram and like all of that stuff.
The Instagram Connect,
Bruh.
the VCU class of 25.
You seem so cool.
You seem so
Let's
cool.
hang out.
Hey guys, my name is Rebecca. I'm gonna be a PR major.
It gives a
I
great to be
really
honest.
love to thrift and I love music.
And here are some of the artists that I listen to.
The people that like, it's so funny when people are like, I love music, and it's like,
Yeah, me too.
yeah, you do. You love music.
Very, very interesting, like, dynamic, I think, freshman year. And that's a whole nother rabbit hole that we will go into another day. But, like, long story short,
Yeah.
we became very, very good friends from it. And now we're here and we're filming a little, like, our first video podcast together. Well, technically not our first video, if you want to get into that one.
Yeah. Well, we can get into it like a bit.
like,
We can talk.
we can talk about it.
No, I mean, like, we first started off under like an organization, but I think like sometimes when you're creating things, you have to like fit a certain brand if you're like under
doing
something.
it under, yeah.
And so sometimes you got to go on your own little beaten path. And now we're here,
Yeah.
working like solely with our videographer and our graphic
Roman,
designer.
get up here, get up here, get in the
Hello. That's Roman.
That's Roman. He's awesome. He'll probably be adding little tips and things like that here and there when we're filming, so you will hear his voice again. But like definitely like not been an easy road. I feel like a lot of times when you first get really excited about a project, you can kind of lose the ethic, the ethic with it, when like the adrenaline starts to kind of die down a little bit. And I feel like there were so many things that we just didn't know before going into this. Like we didn't know, okay, what is it going to look like to film the video? Okay, how are we going to get the voices recorded? When are we going to post it? Where are we going to post it? Like all of those things, and even trying to figure out photos and working with other people and other people's schedules and things like that. I feel like there are just a lot of things that we did not account for.
There's so many moving parts.
Yeah, there
like,
really is.
You don't
really
realize how much goes into, well, like, anybody who like creates something like gets it. Nothing ever goes as planned.
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
Like maybe like some things will fall into place easily, but there's like always gonna be like either like a pebble or like a boulder tumbling down the side of the mountain.
I feel like we've had at least like 10 different errors that have happened just with scheduling, or this thing can't work anymore, this person can't work it, like all these different things. We're not doing it with this anymore, we're doing it like so many moving parts.
Or like maybe we want to switch up the vibe and like just general direction.
But I'm excited, and I feel like we've come a long way, and I think we've learned a lot in the process. We definitely have more of a grasp.
Older. Like, I guess, like, it started in February, but I feel like constantly, like, every month I'm a new person, so...
I've lived through so much since then.
So much has happened since February. So
truly. And I'm very excited. And I think that kind of like even goes into why we wanted to start this in the first place. Like, yes, we're best friends, but also like we're both lovers of art and we're both writers. And we have always talked about how intellectual and dense and beautiful our conversations feel all the time. I feel like we're very easily able to like flow into one thing into the next, and like we can talk about really, really heavy stuff and then change it back into something lighthearted and fun, and it's like, you know, it's like nothing happened. And I feel like that's something that can be like very relatable, and I feel like a lot of people, like, I don't know, I love listening to a good little podcast, like just hearing people's thoughts on things.
Those are my favorite ones, like just like two friends like giggling about something, and they like talk about something like super serious and like listening like, oh my god, what? Yeah, that's crazy. And then like they say something absolutely absurd and it's like that's funny. Like,
no, 100%. And just the dynamic of even like our relationship now is so much denser and has a lot more weight to it than it did even like a year ago, and all of that, because now we're roommates and now we're working together and also like best friends, and like just we have so many different moving parts, and I'm excited to see like where this goes and what comes of it.
I feel like anybody who, I was talking to like a friend last night because like he works with his friends on some stuff, and I was like, how is it like for you like working with your friends too, like the expectations, like how do you like flow in and out of like working with them, like in and out of work mode? And like he was like saying to me like, you know, it's definitely like not always easy, especially like with scheduling with your friends, and like sometimes like because they're your friend, like you have a, like such a high like standard, you know what I mean? So sometimes like things happen, but also because of that, it's like you're able, I mean, it just depends on the relationship and the bond, but you're able to just like flow like so nicely with like troubles, I guess, you know, and like the open communication, like if you already have like strong communication with someone, like working with them is going to be like a walk in the park, because like I can just tell you like, hey, like I don't think I actually like would want to do that, and then it'd be like, oh, okay, like let's talk about it, which like, I mean, seems easy, but also it's like easier said than done, because when you're working on a passion project, like people's feelings are gonna like get involved. Period. Any like
art that you put out ever, that comes from a place of like passion and like it's within yourself, you're gonna have feelings about it, and you're gonna want it to be perceived well, and what your idea of like what is good and what is amazing and your perception of what looks nice is not going to be everybody's, and like trying to figure out the people where you guys can kind of come to a consensus and like come to an agreement of this is what we both love and think looks amazing and good is harder when you don't have that like foundational like relationship. And so I think that's why we were both like very like gung-ho. I feel like if I thought that like this podcast was going to affect our friendship or like work why like then it wouldn't be happening. But I feel like we do a very good job of like communicating constantly and letting each other know, hey, this is what's going on, like I actually don't like that, actually I really like that. And you know, I think that it's always like that anytime you're working on a passion project, period, whether you're working individually or with other people.
I definitely like think like, I mean, obviously like in high school like you work with people, but I feel like I only until I like went to college and like started really working on things that like I really wanted to do, that I like learned like the importance of like knowing how to like respect people and stuff. I think thankfully, like, I didn't like give this background, but I also went to a governor's school for dance, and I think like I also had the opportunity to be in the academy at my home school for like global studies and world languages, which is something that I'm incredibly passionate about. So I will say in high school I did get a little bit of a taste of like working on things that I'm heavily passionate about. However, to a college degree level, it's like much different. It's like, okay, actually like this is work that I'm putting out into the world now that's going to be building onto my portfolio. I feel like I don't really have anything on my portfolio for real from like high school other than like junior or senior year, because I feel like a lot of things before then are just very outdated. Like I don't identify like with that anymore. Fully that. It's still like, oh, cute, I made that, created that, but like, you know, like especially when I look back at my writing, that is like a crazy thing, because like I wanted to be a journalist first, like so hard for like years. And so like reading back like my old papers, I'm like, oh, like this is good, like I guess. But then like now reading my stuff, like just like the difference is very interesting. And it's like, I would not put that stuff on my portfolio like at all.
No, fully. I also think that like even with my writing, I went through like my old journals a few weeks ago, and I was just reading from 9th grade and on, and it was I love reading back at old journals and just seeing the progression of my mood and like the things that I was going through, and like you said, my writing style and all of that is so interesting, because I feel like the evolution of my writing and the waves of emotions that I was feeling from that point and on is kind of how I've seen growth in myself, and like, wow, I'm like a completely different person now.
It's so wild, because like you'll read things and you're like, oh, she didn't even know. Like, she has no idea what's about to happen.
And it's sometimes it's so sad, but then it's also like so real too, you know?
Yeah. I feel like I always look at it like, you know, it was meant to happen. Like the things were meant to unfold, and like just like this podcast, like it was meant to happen like this month on September 16th, like this time
with no sleep,
with Roman, with no sleep. It was supposed to happen today,
and it's awesome and it's beautiful. And I just hope that is like the message that we end up getting across to everybody else, that like it really is coming from like a labor of love, and also because like we're just really excited to do this. We like really just wanted to make art and also share like our thoughts on things and how we perceive the world, and obviously our perceptions are 2 out of over 7 billion.
It's
so like, you know,
perception.
But like just hoping that someone out there, people out there can like relate or even
identify
find like
in some sort of way. And we know we want to do like little advice pieces, but also like talk about like, I don't know, things that are like we're dealing with sometimes, and like current events, just like anything that we would talk about in a conversation with your best friend. We just want to showcase it like here. So
we're very excited.
This is the I know
girl. This is
it right here.
We're very excited, and with that, thank you for watching. If you're still here, you rock, and stay tuned for the next one.
Love you.
Mwah.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks for listening.